To a random live stream as we continue to set up as usual in the beginning. See how many people are around. It is 4:34 p.m. Eastern time. Figured hop on here, do a little something today. Haven't done a lot. This is actually the first live stream of 2022, so we'll see who's around. Out on the West Coast, 1:30 p.m. So middle of the day. Sorry about that for you guys, but it is Saturday, so hopefully people are off. All right, first person, good to see you. Welcome. Cheers immediately to all of you. As you sign on, let's see what we got. High Voltage, what's going on, buddy? How's New York treating you? Hope it's well. It's freezing out, we know that. Roman, what's up, pal? How you doing? Yeah, it's real cold in the Northeast today, in the teens, which for you Canadians is probably summer, I know, but it's cold for the area. Lexi, how you doing? Greetings to you as well, sir. Tam, good day. 6-7. I missed you too, buddy. I missed you too. Yeah, we got a couple drinks, Alexi. We'll have a good time, you know. Adult beverage. Why not? Saturday evening here. Tomeo, what's going on? Eastern North Carolina in the house. But you said the house. I like it. Tukes says, or excuse me, Bubba says go dogs. Tukes, what's going on, pal? How you doing? So we've had some fun recently. We had the release of the Capstone Tundra. We'll talk a little bit about that today. I finally got to see my first 2022 Tundra up close and personal yesterday. Of course, it's just the SR5, but I feel like that is the best trim to see first, because that is the trim everybody buys. So Toyota, my question to them before I saw the truck yesterday is, did you put enough time and effort into that SR5 this time around versus the 14 to 21, which they did a lot with the SR5, but it left a little bit to be desired. So we could talk about all that today. And then, as always, we kind of come into this thing wide open, whatever you guys want to talk about. I just haven't done a live stream in a while, so I figured today, had a little time, figured before the wife and I watch a little TV, hang out with you guys to see what's going on in your lives, see how your 2022 has begun. I hope it's good for everybody. Steve says, what's up, guys, from crappy California. Hi, Steve. How you doing, buddy? Gilmar says, how are you doing, Mark? I was waiting for your live stream from Los Angeles. Well, Los Angeles is in the house. We got a lot of California going on. Hope you're having a good start to your afternoon in California. Thanks for being here. High Voltage says, it seems the 2022 Tundra is having all kinds of issues. There are some videos out there. I think one is a wastegate issue, something with the turbo. There's a few issues going on, but, you know, well documented from other content creators out there, so that is awesome. People who are having issues. I mean, you're going to have issues on a next generation anything, so I'm kind of waiting to see if it's, you know, one or two here and there, or if it's something that's going to require a recall. So it's kind of a wait and see game with that. Let's see. Girl, what's going on? Wilson, North Carolina, in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Gilmer says, my father-in-law just bought a 2021 Limited with 2,000 miles for $51,000. 2021 5.7 liter gang in the house. They're having turbo issues with the wastegate. Yes, there you go. Tam says, can you get the SR5 with the 14-inch screen and TRD off-road package? I'm having problems building on the website. The answer is yes, because the SR5 I saw yesterday had that 14-inch screen, and the one that I'm going to do a video tomorrow that has something to do with what we're talking about with this, but you have to get, I don't know exactly what it's called, so bear with me. It's like an advanced technology package, but it's the advanced off-road technology package with options. And it's like a $9,000 upgrade, and it gives you the TRD off-road package and all of the technology, including the 14-inch screen. Let's see. Tuke says, chowing on a chicken parm calzone staying warm. Now, that is how you do it, my friend. That is how you do it. Chicken parm is the greatest thing God has ever created on this earth. So, enjoy. Mike says, I need a 2021 Tundra TRD Pro at MSRP. Help. It's going to be tough. There's not many out there left, and the ones that are out there, they're still asking for over MSRP. Your best bet is to search those collective websites like Auto Trader and just search the country for TRD Pro 2021. You might have to get, I did actually look the other day for TRD Pros. I found a lot of 2021 Lunar Rocks, like the shirt. People love this shirt. I love this shirt. It's got that Under Armour feel to it. But anyway, sorry. If you search around on AutoTrader, you could find some very slightly used. I saw a bunch around 2,000, 5,000 miles Lunar Rock TRD Pro. So you might have to settle for used if you want to go that route, but they're still expensive out there. There are a few new ones. You just got to pay a markup. 6'7 Sport Wagon says, got my 2019 1794 back from the body shop Monday. Had a bad encounter with a mailbox. Yes, scratch and dented the entire passenger side from headlight to taillight. Shop says it's like new again. Nice. Didn't realize how nice I had it until being without the Tundra for a few weeks. I bet, buddy. I bet. Otto says, what's going on, Mark? Drumbo, Ontario in the house. Canada is here, folks. Hello, Otto. How you doing? Took says, still no 2022s anywhere near me. Maybe they're starting to make their way up to this area. Took, you're in Massachusetts, right? So I haven't seen anything around here until that one I filmed yesterday. There was that one a few weeks ago that was in inside of a dealership close to me in Lakewood. But other than that, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So actually, I'm lying to you. I saw one come in. I took a couple pictures of it. Wasn't able to film it. I actually was coming home from golf, and I asked my buddy to just drive by the dealership to see if there was a 2022. And there was a SR5 TRD off-road that was sitting on the side of the building waiting for pickup. It was there for 10 minutes, and then it was gone. See, everything coming in is already bought. That's the problem. So on yesterday's video, when everybody was like, oh, it's a two-wheel drive SR5, who wants that? I was so happy to see that, because up here, a lot of people don't buy two-wheel drives because you guys know, Northeast, a lot of snow, a lot of weather up here. So two-wheel drive isn't really the thing people go for in this area. So because of that, that fine vehicle was sitting on the lot enough for me to walk around the freaking thing, because I just wanted to see a 2022 up close and personal. And we will get to that. Tomato says, nice snag, Gilmer. Yep. Tam says, okay, thanks, brother. Hey, thank you. Girl says, why can't you order the bed mat and tonneau cover together? I have no idea. I will tell you this. When you go in to buy your 2022 Tundra, buy it, mention that to them. I'm sure they could add, you know, a tonneau cover to it on their end. Bubba says, smash the like button, folks. And he gives a little cheers, a little emoji that says cheers. So if you do have a beverage with you, cheers to all you out there. And as always, cheers to all of the emergency services and military of the United States and Canada. We love you. Thank you for all you do for us every day. Before we go any further, I'm going to need a new board already. We're already down to the end of board number 2, so I'm going to have to buy board number 3 soon. You guys keep sending in all your patches. I absolutely love it. It's looking really good in the corner over there. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm going to go with the next one, but we're going to keep buying patch boards. I got a package in the mail today from an old friend that it's gigantic, and it's filled with firefighter patches from around the country. So that's going to fill a board in itself. The more the merrier. Tomato says, wow, happy I'm not getting rid of my 2019 1794 4x4. Love the 1794. Anthony says, what's going on, Mark? Anthony, how you doing? By the way, while we're here, Anthony is very helpful when he sends in his videos down in Texas of his walk-arounds. We see him every once in a while. So, Anthony, keep an eye. Walk the dealership soon. Get me some 2022 shots, because there's not much up here, buddy. Anthony says, saw a 2022 1794 non-TRD was inside the showroom. That is the one 2022 Tundra that I actually like the wheels on the non-TRD off-road or TRD Sport. The wheels on the straight-up 1794 look amazing. Tomato says, yep, just hit that like button. There you go, buddy. Sean says, still waiting to see one in person myself, hoping it looks better in person too. It really does. It really does. Otto says, saw an SR5 Crew Max at the local dealership this morning. Kind of dull and plain with all black. I like the all black. Edward, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. George says, hi from San Diego. All right, cool, George. How you doing, buddy? Let's talk about that truck yesterday. I'm going to give you my, I kind of just walked around the thing and talked, but I'll give you after 24 hours. I digested the 2022 Tundra, and I'm going to tell you how I feel. Hold on. Some of you have been, keep the comments coming in. I'll get back to them in a minute, but just give you a vibe of where we're going with this so you guys can ask any questions if you haven't seen it, or if you have, whatever. Some of you guys are lucky enough to be in an area, maybe like Texas, down south, where you go to a dealership, and there's already 10 2022 Tundras sitting on the lot. Up here, we're not seeing any. I'm seeing every, once in a while we get one. Like I said in the beginning of the video, they come in, they're already sold, so they're in and out. Luckily, yesterday we were able to walk around it. That's the first one I've been able to go up to and film. And the way I do it with you guys is the same way I've always done it with you guys, where I don't go up to the truck ahead of time and check it out before I film. I literally pull into the lot, put the truck in park, hit play, and go. Because I want you to see the true first impressions of where I'm at with it. I'm going to tell you what I like. I'm going to tell you what I dislike. When it comes to that SR5, I'll be very honest with you. There were things in the pictures I wasn't too thrilled about with the 2022 Tundra. When I saw the thing in person, I really liked it. And more than I thought I would. I'll say that. I like the front end. A lot of people don't like the big grill. Everybody was talking about the chrome surround around the grill. Well, if you haven't seen my video yesterday, make sure you go check it out. This was an SR5, just a plain Jane SR5. This had a body color grill, or I guess you could say a body color grill, but it was a black grill, body color surround, and it didn't look bad at all. Everything blended together really nicely. I love the headlight design. The hood is a little bit longer, but it doesn't look bad in person. Some pictures in some angles made the hood not look so good to me. But in person, it looks fine. Everything works together nicely. The truck seemed tall. Everything seemed more rigid as far as the body went, especially the cab. Nothing was really rounded off. It was kind of straight-edged all the way through. The big back window for the crew max was still there. Still looked awesome. I loved the design of the rear tailgate. Everything flowed together really nicely. Wasn't a huge fan of the wheels. It was just the old SR5 wheels or whatever. But what I think Toyota scored, and if you take yourself out of your feelings for the 2022, because I know there are some of you that do not like the next generation Tundra, I like what they've done with the SR5, because if you look in the 14 to 21 SR5s, it's pretty much run-of-the-mill, like you're going to use this for work. I'm talking non-TRD off-road, non-TRD sport. You know, you had your 5.7-liter V8 engine. It came in double cab. It came in crew max, and, you know, it is what it is. But now, in the SR5, you can kind of build it the way you want to. So that truck yesterday had the advanced technology package. So it had that big 14-inch screen. It had a lot of options in it. You could get soft text leather in a SR5 now. It had things you were never able to get in an SR5 because they were considered luxury features. So Toyota is smart enough to know that because of the price points of these trucks today, the SR5 is going to be the truck everybody gets. Like, you know, us everyday blue-collar folks that can't afford $90,000 for the Capstone, we're going to buy an SR5. So why not give people the option at an SR5 built the way they want? So if you still want that work fleet style truck where it's a less is more, just give me the stuff I need to get me down the road and get my business going, you can have that. If you're somebody who wants an SR5, but you know what, I really wanted some of the stuff that was in the limited, like that advanced technology package, guess what? Toyota's going to let you have that now. If you're someone who wants an SR5 and you don't want the fabric seats, soft text leather is now available for the SR5. So my focus going forward is going to be a lot about that SR5 and what's offered around it. They've done a great job, in my opinion, on that. And seeing it in person was kind of the way where I was like, yeah, that's awesome that they did that. Putting the time, the effort, and the options into the SR5, giving you a chance to build a truck that you can actually afford versus having to go up to limited, because the price point of a limited is way higher than the price point of an SR5. And of course, I'm talking about MSRP. I'm not talking markups. That is, you know, that's going to depend on where you are, if your dealership does a markup or not. But just overall, at the end of the day, I was very happy with that truck. When I was driving up to it and, you know, seeing it was just an SR5, I thought I was just going to see, you know, something with very basic features, you know, not much going on the inside. But when I rolled up, the truck looked premium. You know, mag gray makes everything look good. Magnetic gray, metallic, the dark gray absolutely looked amazing. And the fact that an SR5 was body colored all the way through was just awesome. And when I peeked in the window and saw the huge screen and saw the dash layout in person for the first time, and the center console and the area to keep your, you know, coffee mug and your keys and everything, they did a great job on the interior. Everything looks modern. Everything looks like it flows together really nicely. And I love the steering wheel. I love the dash layout. I can't wait to drive one. So very happy with what I saw yesterday. So let me know what you think. And I just rambled on for a good minute there. So cheers, and then we'll get back to the comments. But we'll talk about this first, and then in a little while we'll talk about the Capstone, and you can tell me what you think about that too. All right, rambling on. And I just woke up from a nap, and there's no coffee involved either, so still rocking. Still rocking. Here we go. RB says, Mark, did you get any info on the 2022 Tundra turbo issues? Trigger Happy did a YouTube video, had 300 plus miles on his Tundra, and the turbos are a major issue. I saw some information on it. There is, hold on one sec, wife's here.
Do you want a coffee?
No, I got a beer.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
I heard you say you didn't have coffee.
All right, action. No, I'm good. Thank you, though. Yeah, so I saw his video on the turbo issues, and hopefully that's just the growing pains of the Tundra. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to see, you know, a few things here or there wrong with it. It's going to have growing pains. Is what it is, but we'll see if, you know, the problems continue, if there is some kind of a recall or a service bulletin on the truck, and go from there. You know, we've always said turbos aren't, you know, really known for reliability, so I'm keeping my eye on everything. And that's why I'm waiting for the hybrid, because obviously it's the same engine with a hybrid, you know, situation attached to it, and I think it'll be awesome. But I think the real problems, if there are going to be any, would be with that hybrid setup. But, you know, the first year, it brings bugs. It just is what it is, and we'll have to go from there. We'll see how many people have major problems that post on YouTube. But I know if I was the gentleman that has the problem with the 300 miles into a brand new truck, especially at these price points, I'd be making a YouTube video telling you how I feel as well. So, you know, I hope he's able to get it fixed. I hope it's not an issue. I hope Toyota works with him to get it right. And, you know, we go from there with no problems. The minute, if I bought a truck at that price point, the minute it had a problem, I'd have it in that shop. And that's what I'm going to document when I get mine, is every single thing that, hopefully nothing, knock on wood, hopefully nothing goes wrong with mine, but everything that goes wrong with it, you will know, because that's how we do it. Mark, did you see that million-mile Tundra owner is already at 704,000 miles on his new Tundra that Toyota gave him? I did see that. I did see that. That is awesome. I mean, the 5.7-liter V8, I-Force V8, listen, it's not the most fuel-efficient engine in the world. It is what it is, but that engine can last. That thing is bulletproof. A salute to the engine. 5.7-liter I-Force V8, we miss you. Hope you're well on vacation in retirement. I like the dark rims on the Platinum. I, too, like the dark rims on the Platinum. Anthony says, I'll check the dealership tomorrow, Mark. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you, buddy. Edward says, I like the new truck, but I don't like the price. 200,000 miles on my 07 SR5 TRD off-road. I think I could get another 100,000 miles out of this truck. Well, there you go. Yes, the price is what's getting everybody. But if you kind of take a step back and look, I knew the price would go up because it's kind of like the pro and con of what I just said. You're able to get an SR5 loaded up the way you want to, but it's a ground-up remodel with a lot of options. You're going to have to pay for it. So that's unfortunate. Double-edged sword is a good term for that. Joel says, just reserved a 2022 limited Crew Max Midnight Black TRD. Should be picking it up at the end of March in North Carolina, traveling from New Hampshire. Congratulations, sir. That is very awesome. I mean, limited, just like last generation, the limited TRD off-road is the way to go. You know, you get a lot of the luxury features, and you can still get the TRD off-road package, but you're not paying the, I have to say 3 of them now. You're not paying the $17.94 or Platinum or Capstone prices. Otto says, I hear you, Mark. Definitely a market for the SR5. That's where all the money's going to be made, I'm telling you. There's going to be people out there that want a 2022 Tundra, but can't afford the crazy trims, okay? So kind of like if you wanted a 2019 or 2020 Tundra, and you couldn't get the limited and stuff, so you got the SR5 TRD off-road package Tundra. Through the years, at the end of last generation, they started doing things like, hey, you can get leather, Softex, I will say, in an SR5. You can add that. They started giving you little things you could add here and there. And I think they went above and beyond with the SR5 with being able to add stuff. So it's good stuff. With the 2022 Tundra coming out so late, I wonder when the 23s will come out. I don't know. Probably the same fall 2022. I would think they'll just get right back on the horse with that. Snake says, I wouldn't be surprised if the shift in sale time becomes permanent. That could be as well. Snake Plissken, straight out of LA and New York. Fox is saying, Tundra, go vroom. Hi, John. How you doing? Hope you're well. Tam says, I don't spend a lot of time off-roading, but I want tow hooks. You never know when you may need them. I bet you 2023 Tundra has tow hooks back. That's all I'm saying. That's my guess. Gilmer says, Mark, this channel was based on the 2nd gen. Do you think your love for the 3rd gen will grow? I love the 3rd gen right now. I love the fact that you got to look at it from an enthusiast point of view. I've been a Tundra fan for many years, right? To see them finally come out with the next generation Tundra, I'm very interested in seeing, everything that goes with it. Meaning, not just 2022, but 2023, 24, 25, how they progress through. What kind of refreshes will we get? What kind of things will they learn and change? What kind of things will they upgrade? And go from there. I'm just a fan, and I'm excited to see that they finally did come up or come out with a redesign for the Tundra. So, yeah, I'm all in on that. The reason I don't have a 2022 Tundra yet is because I was very strict with myself that I'm not a giant channel, so I don't have giant channel revenue. I can't afford to buy, 6 different Tundras or anything like that. So I wanted the hybrid. So I was waiting on the hybrid. I want to basically one and done buy a truck. I don't want to keep buying one all the time. Can't afford that. So I unfortunately wasn't able to buy a 3.5 twin turbo V6 when they first came out, but I will be buying the hybrid. So had to pick and choose my battles there, sir. Jared says, do you remember when Tundra had the special Terminator edition with the red headlight? Would they ever do something like this again? I thought that was awesome. There was a few additions in that first generation Tundra that were really cool. There was the Darrell Waltrip edition if you're a NASCAR fan. But that was awesome because in the movie Terminator 3, they used the Tundra. That was their vehicle in the movie. So, yeah, that was really cool, and I hope they do stuff like that again. That gimmicky kind of stuff is pretty awesome. Bubba says, thumbs up and a beer emoji, which means it's cheers time, boys. All right, moving on. Otto says, still looking for one of those hats. Absolutely. Me too. Snake says, don't forget the horrific inflation this year. Wait until next year's model comes out. And then a very famous line after that one. Can't say things on YouTube, man. Sorry. Lee says, doesn't $52,000 for a two-wheel drive seem expensive? Do I just need to realize we're in a new world? I got a 2021 SR5 4x4 for $42,000. Don't get me wrong, dude. $52K for a two-wheel drive is insanely expensive. But I think that's just the way it is now. When I was first looking at the sticker and not realizing it was a two-wheel drive, I was like, okay, well, 4x4 SR5, pretty nicely loaded up. This is right where I would expect that price point to be. Not that I like it, but that's just where I expect it to be. When I saw it was two-wheel drive, I was like, oh, okay. So I guess it just is what it is now. The new normal. Anthony says, Mag Gray, I'm not a fan of. It's just every other Toyota down here is Mag Gray. Hey, teach their own, my friend. Snake says, Lee Owens, it is expensive. All of the trucks are insanely overpriced. Tebow says, did you see that the twin turbo V6 is already having serious problems? Apparently a YouTuber has a 2022 Tundra and the turbo's wastegates aren't working properly. Huge problem. Yep, talked about that a few times now. I don't know. Hoping for the best. Hoping for the best for the gentleman that's having the issue. Hope Toyota takes care of him. All right, so Fat Geek says, trying to get my local dealer to accept my deposit for the first Capstone. That's amazing. I would love to see the price point on that. Now, people ask about pricing on that and a rumor. I'm going off of rumor or guess, you can say. I'm guessing the price for the Capstone will be somewhere between 80 and 90. Would make the most sense as far as where all the other prices are. But Fat Geek, keep me up to date on that one, buddy. What color are you getting? What are you thinking? Oh, you answered that already. Blueprint, that would look great. Absolutely great. Jimmy, what's going on? Mario says if 295 70/20 is the largest tire I could put on my stock 2021 Platinum. By the way, I put a Ready Lift leveling kit. I believe that would be the biggest you could put on, but before you make any purchases, I strongly suggest, and I say this all the time, make sure you go to your local tire shop somewhere around you. See if they have a size like that so you kind of lean it up against your truck and make sure you're not going to have to trim anything out. It's always good to do that first. You say you have a lift kit. How tall is your lift kit, leveling kit? I'm guessing 2 or 3 inches. All right, Christopher, what's going on, buddy? I'm from the Chicago suburbs, and this one dealership wants $15K market adjustment for an SR and SR5, while the other trims are $20K market adjustments. Yep, commonplace these days. That's what's going on all over the place. An SR with a giant markup. Hopefully they calm down after a while with that, but it's going to be a bit, I think. Cal, what's going on, buddy? Long time no see. Just tuned in. What are you ordering? Also, have you heard the rumors about the turbo wastegate issues? Yes, I have. What am I ordering? I want a Pro. I want a TRD Pro Lunar Rock. That's what I'm going to be going for. Simeon says, hey Mark, nice to catch you on. Any Super Bowl predictions? Keep those updates coming and have a good MLK Day weekend. Thank you, sir. I'll tell you what I want, and this is going to blow a lot of people's minds. I'm a Giants fan. I want to see the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl for the sheer fact of just somebody new in the Super Bowl. That would entertain me, just to see, Dallas Cowboys, who they didn't expect to do much this year, go all the way. The NFC East is a disaster, and the Cowboys were the only team that actually looked pretty good. And a lot of friends that I have at work are Cowboys fans, so if they're happy, I'm happy. So that's what I would like to see. We'll see what happens with that one, though. Let's see. Jared says, why does the TRD Pro come out at the same time as the other models? The TRD Pro is hybrid. It's hybrid only, so they're going to release that with the hybrid Tundras in the spring. That's what it's all about. And there was a rumor going around. I want to squash a rumor right now. A rumor somebody put up on some forum somewhere that kind of caught fire and everybody was talking about is that the only hybrid being offered will be in the Pro. Everything else is the regular twin-turbo V6. That is wrong. The hybrid will be coming limited and up. So in the limited 1794 and Platinum, you will have the option of a hybrid or the regular twin-turbo V6. So iForce or iForce Max. The TRD Pro is hybrid only. The Capstone is hybrid only. But there are hybrids available for limited, Platinum, and 1794. No hybrid available for SR5 or SR. Ron says, hello, Mark from Virginia. The state of lovers. How are you? Good to see you. Geek says, Jared, the TRD Pro is hybrid iForce Max only. There you go. Tebow says, do you think Toyota will ever learn that people hate chrome? I'm going to go no on that one. Big no on that one. But it looks like they're starting to offer, I'll call it like an appearance package here and there where you don't necessarily have to get chrome. So they're going in the right direction. 6-7 doesn't hate chrome. No. Edward says no Dallas. I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan at all. I just want somebody in there that's not there every year, and let's have a good Super Bowl. That's all I want. Ron says, what's going on with the wastegate on the turbos? They're having a couple issues with the turbos. The wastegate not working properly, sending the truck into a limp mode. That's what's going on. Chris says, can you tell everyone what the problem is with the wastegate? Just said. Tebow says, 6-7. You're in the minority, I believe. Most people don't like chrome. I mean, it's good to have an option, but that's my thing. If you're offering a truck, if you're offering a trim, why not offer it in, hey, chrome package, sport package, something like that. Just, dude, the more options you offer, the more trucks you're going to sell. That's the way I look at it. Jared says, would the Tundra ever bring back the flare rear fenders of the late 90s, early 2K period? I don't know. I don't know about that one. Probably not. Tam says, does the leveling kit cause any problems as far as gas mileage or wear and tear? I think it really depends on the leveling kit that you buy. A lot of people buy spacer kits. You buy cheap $200 spacer kits and you might have issues going forward. I know I had a spacer kit on an 09 Tundra. It was a 3-inch lift and it made the ride it was kind of jarring. And it didn't look like something that was going to be long-term reliability. If you go buy like a spring kit or a coilover kit, you'll probably have a lot more success with that. The other question was gas mileage. Anytime you lift the truck up, you're going to have more air going under the truck, and that's going to kill your gas mileage a little bit, so keep that in mind. You know how all the cars and trucks have like a little bit of rake to help with gas mileage in the front? That goes away with a leveling kit, so you'll probably lose a little bit. I had big mud tires on my 09, so I'm not one to gauge how much fuel mileage you'll lose. I was getting like 9-10 miles to the gallon with that thing, though. That was a fun truck. Somewhere around here, I have a picture of that truck I'm going to find for you guys. Chris says, thanks, bud. Anytime. Thank you. RB says, what is upsetting Toyota's... Toyota has to remove the engine or lift the cab off the frame, which has the owners upset with the latter alternative. There is a picture going around online of the truck separated from the frame. That's insane. Jared says, what engineering from the Tundra could we see taken up by the next-gen Tacoma or 4Runner? Well, it looks like, everything is kind of being built on the same platform right now. But it looks like, if you're starting to look at all the Toyotas, and I kind of saw this coming, go look at a Corolla. Next time you see a Corolla in a lot, look on the inside. Camry, look on the inside. they're all kind of going to the same vibe as far as interior look. They don't look exactly the same, but they have the same DNA in them. I think they're just bringing everything, into the same idea. So when you look at it, this is the Toyota DNA, no matter what vehicle you buy. Things like that. You'll see little things here and there. And the good part about sharing a platform with other vehicles, with other models, is you're saving money as a company because you could use little screws or nuts or bolts or washers here and there, instrument panel switches here and there. That will save you money, in the long term. So it's kind of a smart move. All the brands are doing that. Excuse me. Dan says the quality of these 2022s is awful. Hi, Dan. How are you, buddy? Let's hope going forward that, the bugs are worked out and we don't have bumper alignment issues. I saw one gentleman the other day on one of the forums. I say one of the forums because there's so many forums and I don't remember which one I saw it on. His bumper wasn't lining up right. So it's still like a three-piece looking bumper. And there was there's the two chrome pieces on the end. And one of the chrome pieces was off where there was this huge gap. That kind of stuff bothers me. So, bothered him too. Edward says Bilstein 5100 adjustable leveled mine great. There is no better setup out there than the Bilstein 5100 and 6112s. Kind Red says any pro package. What do you mean? What are you thinking on that one? RB says to fix the turbos. Riley, what's going on, buddy? What about college football? Did you see the Georgia versus Alabama game? Not a huge college football fan. Notre Dame, if I had to pick, but I did not see the game. Heard it was good, though. You guys told me that. Tebow says it seems like the twin-turbo V6 gets almost the same MPG as the 5.7 real world, especially if people put bigger tires. This is true. Dan says, TD, how are you? I'm well. You? If you're good, I'm good. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, first off, let's take a sip. We're going to need a sip. Let's go. Actually, we're going to start with this question because this has something to do with where I was going to go next. So let's hit this. Jared said, by the way, real quick, before I'm going to read this, I'm going to start talking. Where's everybody coming from today? Where are you in the world? Let me know. Jared says, do you think Lexus would ever dabble in a super luxury truck? Or did the Lincoln example from years past prove that it isn't wanted? I think what you're seeing in the Capstone is a Lexus version of a truck. I know it still has a Toyota badge. I think that's the best you're going to get out of, will Lexus ever get, like a half-ton pickup? It makes no sense. And this is where I wanted to go today with the Capstone. I wanted to ask you guys, does the Capstone trim make sense for the Tundra? I'm going to give you my pros and cons on it. You guys tell me what you think. I've been able to stare at pictures and the write-up as far as the press release for a few days now and kind of get a great understanding where I think they went very right and some of the things I would have done slightly different. So to put it out there, I will tell you, I think the Capstone looks amazing. I'm not a chrome guy or anything like that, but I think for what the truck is, like taking my personal feelings out of it and checking the truck out, I think they nailed it. It looks great. It looks high-end, but it doesn't look awful. There's not a ton of chrome on it. There's chrome accents here and there. The smartest thing they did for the outside exterior look of the truck was they put a body color surround around the grille. It's kind of like the look of the Platinum. I always felt like they've nailed the Platinum even last generation because the bumpers were body color. Everything was body color, and there were some chrome accents. They didn't go crazy with the chrome. It's the same way with this Capstone. Big 22-inch wheel and tire package. I'm hit or miss with that. I think that was basically put on there so people could just say, or Toyota could just say, hey, we put 22s on there, because I don't feel like there's a huge market for that. So that's somewhere I would have went a little different. I like the fact that there's a unique grille and unique wheels. This isn't something that's going to be shared with other things. If I'm paying 85 to 90 grand for a trim of a Tundra, I want unique stuff on it. I don't want shared platform stuff. Give me stuff that makes it unique. Got the Capstone badge on the side. Like I said, there's chrome door handles, there's chrome mirror caps, but that's really it. It's not overly flashy in a way where it's ugly. So on the exterior, I think they did a great job with keeping the truck kind of looking like a 2022 Tundra, but you could tell it's upgraded. The interior, by far they hit a home run. In my opinion, couldn't be any better. Everything is premium. Most of the stuff, if not, I'd say about 90% of the stuff offered on the Tundra is standard on this truck. Where did they go wrong? They should have offered something better than the JBL system that's available on the limited, the Platinum, and the 1794. For that kind of price, I expected to see what they call JBL Synthesis, which is available in the Land Cruiser in their higher trim vehicles. That JBL Synthesis takes care of all the problems we've always had with the JBL system in our Tundras. The thing is top notch. Absolutely sounded great when I had a press vehicle that was a Land Cruiser. I thought they should have put a different sound system in there. That's really the one thing I thought they should have did differently. Other than that, everything is spot on. You got the 12-inch gauge cluster. You got a 10-inch heads-up display, 14-inch screen. You got the, I'm going to get the name wrong, but aniline seats that are black and white. It looks like a NASA vehicle on the inside. You get that blue accent lighting. Everything is really well done. Pano roof, standard. It just, the interior is where it's at. That separates that truck from some of the other trucks. To be honest with you, that interior is the best Tundra interior I've seen in a long time. Some people will love it, some people will hate it. I think everything flows together really nicely. It looks high-end, it looks luxury. So overall for the Capstone, I think they hit a home run. Hybrid only. People were mad about this, that it was only available in the Crew Max cab with the 5.5-foot bed. No one's buying that truck to do work with it. So that's kind of a smart money-saving move from Toyota. So if you ask yourself, is it smart that they went up into the super luxury trucks, to compete with some of the other brands, like your Denalis and things like that? Because of how they did it, I say yes. I think it's great that they're up there attempting that. I love the fact, if they had all these different configurations available with bed sizes and cabs, that might have been a little much. Because at that price point, you're not going to be selling high volumes of this thing. So just give us one truck. And that's why I like that they did that, where they standardized all the options and just said, this truck is pretty much one way. It makes it easier for the consumer. It makes it easier for the salesman. It makes it easier for Toyota. Everybody wins in this. So now, after my happy rant about the Capstone, what do you think about the truck? 4x4, things loaded up. Not a truck you're going to take off-road at 85 to 90K, though. No way. Let's see. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, I am way behind. Okay. Dan is in Chicago. Beautiful, freezing cold Chicago. The Windy City. 6-7 says, we have pictures of one single new Tundra having turbo issues and the sky is falling. Time to take a pause. That's why you're here, 6-7. That was amazing. I've been thinking that for a while now. Bucks County, PA, says Edward. Beautiful Pennsylvania. Sunny D says, my 2021 Pro had the roof molding drip rail come off within 500 miles. Oof. Did they take care of that at the dealer? I hope so. Tebow says, I'm sure the Lexus truck would have tow hooks because the LX600 does, yet the Tundra doesn't. They got to get the tow hooks back. I don't know who was thinking on that one. Charlie says, have you heard? Yes, Charlie, absolutely. We've heard of it. We've talked about it 9 times on this live stream. I've heard of that. We're going to keep an eye on that going forward to see if it happens to more Tundras or if it's kind of a one-off thing. Still working out the bugs with that new 3.5-liter V6 twin-turbo Tundra. So hopefully not a big deal. Or if it is a big deal, Toyota takes care of it, and they and we move on from it. Recalls, service bulletins, something like that. Otto says definitely a market for the Capstone as well. Totally. Tebow says Capstone starting at only $80K MSRP with a $15,000 markup. Yeah, not for me. That's way out of my price range. Dan says, sold my 2021 Pro. Too many radio issues. I have a 2022 Ford Maverick, and it's awesome. Looking at an F-150 Power Boost. Can't trust the 2022 Tundras. Excuse me. The Maverick, I believe there's more of a market for the Maverick than people understand at this point. That small pickup truck. I bet you see a resurgence of that going forward because of the Maverick. Jim says San Diego, Oceanside. I like it. I like it. It's probably looking good out there. Tam says Hattiesburg, Mississippi. All right, cool. Barry says my Camry XSE has that blue accent light, and it's damn cool. It does look cool, and I love the Camry XSE. I'm very jealous of you and that vehicle. The Camry XSE V6, I had that as a test vehicle many years ago. Stole my heart to the point when I gave the test vehicle back, I tried to buy one, and that doesn't happen a lot, so I love that car so much. Very fast. It's a Camry. It's not supposed to be that fast. Smooth. Very smooth. Great car. Jared says, could you see Toyota making a smaller crossover car-based vehicle like the Ford Maverick? I think a Subaru Baja style Toyota would sell like hotcakes. If they don't, they're missing out. That's the future. The future is what the Maverick is right now. It's going to be that smaller SUV that gets high MPG. It's good for the weekend warrior to take off road or to go to Lowe's or Home Depot to do their, grab a couple sheets of wood or whatever they need, lawn equipment, mulch. That's what that truck is all about. I think that's very smart, untapped in many years, and you're going to see a lot more of that going forward, in my opinion. If not, somebody missed. Tibu says, the Subaru Baja was fugly. Yes. Charlie says, doesn't the Capstone have soft text and not actual leather? This is a disappointment. No, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, I'm pretty sure it's perforated leather. Aniline leather, like the hardcore good stuff. I don't think it's soft text at all. Because the 1794 in platinum, that's not soft text. That's actual leather. Like Lexus grade leather. Sunny D, Nashville, Tennessee, 1 to 15 inches of snow in the forecast. Why not? Why not a little snow? It's winter. As long as you don't golf, you're in good shape. Which reminds me, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm very proud of this, so I have to bring it up at least once. I hit my first hole-in-one the other day. Par 3, 220 yards. It was interesting because I didn't know I hit the hole-in-one until I got up to the hole. And it's the hardest hole on the course that we go to. And it's beat me up for years, so it's crazy to get a hole-in-one on that one, but I'm proud of it. Cheers. Let's see. Mike says, hi, Tundra Dude. It's Mike from Idaho. I have a 2020 Tundra Limited 4x4 TRD. Not a fan of the new V6 twin turbo. I'm keeping mine forever. Mike, how you doing? Idaho, love the potatoes. Thank you very much for them. I eat them all the time. 2020 Tundra Limited 4x4 TRD. You can't go wrong. 2020, they did the upgrade, the bigger screen, Entune 3.0, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa enabled. You got everything. You got the push button start. There's no reason to upgrade. That's a beautiful truck. What color did you get, sir? I'd love to know. Dad C says, Orlando, Florida in the house. Now, that is one place that I would like to go ASAP. Disney World, the greatest place on earth. How you doing? Good to see you. Jerry says, what stereotypes do you think the Tundra appeals to compared to other trucks from different brands? Very tough question. Very tough question. I always talk about this. I'll kind of go this direction with it, and hopefully this answers something of what you were asking with that. The half-ton pickup truck market, we'll go with, it's a very loyal market, meaning the buyers are very brand loyal. Chevy guys will never consider anything but Chevy. Same thing with Ford. When somebody switches from Ford to a Chevy or vice versa or to a Dodge or whatever, it's kind of a big deal because of that brand loyalty, and that feel, that like Southern Texas feel where, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm staying. Look at NASCAR, those Dale Earnhardt fans, they'll never leave Chevy. Toyota, this is why I always give the Tundra a lot more credit than anybody else does. Toyota is a Japanese brand. So when they made a half-ton pickup and stuck their nose into that segment, a lot of people were like, well, I'm not going to buy a Japanese truck, even though the Toyota Tundra is designed, engineered, and built right here in the United States of America. It didn't matter. And that's why I always said Toyota needs to stress that in their advertising, that the Tundra is all about the USA as far as everything about it, from the design, the engineering, and the building right here in the USA. Some people to this day, in doing this channel, I deal with it all the time, they'll say, well, I would never buy a Japanese truck. Even though, once again, we said Toyota USA has handled everything with this truck. I think as far as the stereotypes in that market is, a lot of people always say, well, the Tundra's not a real truck. They said that in the first generation because it wasn't truly full size. Then in 07, the Tundra came out full size, had the class-leading towing, class-leading engine. It had great MPG for the time. And they sold, I think year one, 196,000 Tundras, which was the most they've ever sold at that time. And I think the Tundra would have gone up and up and up if it wasn't for that recession in 08. That kind of screwed everything up. I think Toyota was planning a heavy duty, a diesel Tundra. There was that SEMA truck. If you ever saw it, it's in like a flat gray. It's a dually heavy duty Tundra. I think the plan was to go all out with the Tundra, but when the recession hit, everything kind of stopped. And they used to build the Tundra in 2 plants. It wasn't just in TMMTX in San Antonio. And when the recession happened, it just went to Texas, and that was it. So as far as who buys Tundras and what the stereotype is, a lot of truck owners out there, Chevy guys, Ford guys, Ram guys, They don't even consider the Tundra in the segment. So it is what it is with that one. When people do come over, I have the privilege and honor to be able to speak to owners who have come from owning Chevys for a long time, Fords for a long time, and they come over and they're like, wow, this is the best truck I've ever owned. I would have never considered it, if it wasn't for I found a great price and needed a truck now. A lot of people have always said that before buying it, they would have never considered it, and it's the best truck they've ever owned. Constant. So it is what it is out there. I always tell people, if you don't care about brands before you purchase any, say you want a half-ton pickup truck, you don't care about brands, you should be out there test driving every single brand before you make the decision. GMC, Chevy, same brand, test drive them both. The options are different. The Ram 1500, Ford F-150, Nissan Titan while it's still here, the Tundra, test drive them all. In the years of doing this channel, I have talked to people who've done that, and they didn't even consider the Tundra, but they went ahead and they test drove all the brands, and they ended up buying the Tundra because they loved it more than the rest of them. It shocked them. So it is what it is out there. And I know I took your question and went a very, very long direction with it, and I'm sorry with that. But I had to do it. And I got a refill here. That's it. I will get back to the comments momentarily. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. What is it now? 5:20 p.m. Eastern Time. It is still early. And if you're on the West Coast, man, it's early afternoon. What is it? 2:20 on the West Coast. And if you're somewhere overseas, who knows what day it is. That always blows my mind, the time zones. All right, here we go. Back at it. Could you contact Mike Swears for us and ask him to bring back the 5.7? The reason the 5.7 went away is this. Brands out there obviously still have V8s, but it looks like the V8s are going, they're going away. And Toyota put all their eggs in one basket by kind of going twin turbo V6 and the smaller displacement forced induction, because that's the way everything is going. They just kind of, jumped the gun on that for, cost savings, and, they deal with, all the crazy stuff from the environmental side of it. But the V8s are going away. They were just the first ones to officially do it. Do we miss the V8? Absolutely. You still can go out there and buy a 2020 or 2021 5.7 liter V8 Tundra and have that thing for years, but I don't think they're ever going to bring it back. EPA regulations and all that stuff going on now. Carb emissions testing, and just the standards are changing, and that's just the way it is. Mike says, okay, so you have the white Tundra. He says, love your videos. I love you watching it. Thank you, buddy. 5.7 liter V8 forever. Awesome. I agree. The Tundra is more American built than Ford or Chevy. This is true. Derek says, will Toyota bring back the forest green color? I have a 2004 Tundra with that color, and I loved it. Currently, I have a 2010 Tundra Platinum that is slate metallic. Love that color, too. Slate metallic is awesome. I think the best you're going to get with the green is army green. And in some lighting, army green does have that hunter green look, but then in other lighting, it looks like something out of the Ninja Turtles movie. So I think that's the best you're going to get. Maybe one day they will, but I don't know. I don't know. Otto says, saw your postmark. Congrats on the hole-in-one. Thank you very much. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I have it sitting here waiting for its case. This is the ball. This is the hole-in-one ball. I play golf 1 to 2 times every single week since 2013. I'm obsessed with the game. A hole-in-one means more than you will ever understand. But here it is, the Holy Grail, sitting right there, awaiting its case. Callaway is sending me a plaque commemorating the hole-in-one because I used Callaway equipment to get it. So that is doesn't get any bigger for me than that. Mark says, smash that like button from Sudbury, Ontario. I might have said that wrong. I apologize. Keep up the good videos. Thank you very much, sir. Mark with a C. I usually don't let Marks with a C slide, but in your case, I will. Thank you, buddy. I'm Mark with a K. Cheers, mate. All right, back at it. Jimmy says 22-inch wheels look okay. They don't look terrible. They fit the wheel wells nice, but I don't know, 22-inch wheels not for me. Jared says, if the Tundra was built and designed in Japan, how do you think it would be different than what we got? I don't really know. I think the appeal and the smart move Toyota made was the design, engineering, and built in the USA, because they understood the truck market. Proud USA owners, like proud Americans, military, blue-collar workers. building it in the USA and having it, they built the factory TMMTX in San Antonio, Texas, on an old ranch. They hire American workers to build their trucks. It's very smart. Obviously, at the end of the day, Toyota is a Japanese brand, but the amount of money Toyota puts into the American economy is amazing. So I think the way they went is the smartest way you could have went. And the more they do, with the American engineering and design and the workers and everything, the better you're going to be with that truck. Let's see. I forget. Okay, there we go. Otto says, Mike likely will be able to keep his 20 limited forever. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Dill's Place says, owned all of the truck brands, never enjoyed the ride and reliability that consistently comes from a Toyota, but I've wondered if it's because I've owned much earlier generations of other vehicles. That means next time you got to buy something different and then come back and see where you're at with it. Danny says it wouldn't have problems. Jared, Dad C Music says 2016 limited double cab, black on black. Got my driver's side grab handle with your code and waiting for the sway bar. Also got a new driver's seat cushion a year ago. Only other modification, removing the door beeper. Nice. Well, Dad C Music gave me a little bit of an opening, so let me just bring up these two things right here real quick. If you're looking for your Toyota parts, whether it be TRD, performance parts, or regular stuff, replacement, door handles, whatever you need, sparksparts.com. Promo code TundraDude34 saves you 5%. If you're looking for your Toyota TRD or Toyota Racing official gear, kind of like this cool shirt I have on right here, all the stuff I wear in my videos, hats, clothing, tailgating gear, sports equipment, golf equipment, all that stuff, go to Toyota Outfitters, use promo code TundraDude, all capitals, one word, saves you 25% site-wide. If you want to buy TundraDude34 gear, go below this video, you will see my Teespring store. Please enjoy. The most popular item on there is the 2022 Tundra Make Half Tons Great Again shirt. Thank you for watching, and that's all I have to say. That is my plug. Thank you, Dad C, for allowing me to give that plug. Aram says, will the Capstone have a heads-up display? Yes, it will. 10-inch heads-up display. Standard. Tebow says, yeah, I've heard the cylinder deactivation from other V8s on the market is killing the engines. True. Mike says, Japanese parts and engineering assembled in the USA are far superior than Chevy or Ford. Got it. I like it. Danny says, anyone else not buying a 2022 because they're scared of the quality? It's a good question, actually. Dan says, I'm going to read it again. Anyone else not buying a 2022 Tundra because they're scared of the quality? Dan also says, Japanese steel is the worst in the business. Mike says, bought my first Toyota truck in 1986. Have owned 13 to date. Never let me down. 86, man. That was a great year for the Toyota pickup. Gotta love it. Those older generation Toyota pickups are so sought after. Like the Marty McFly style truck. Not even the Marty McFly truck, just the Marty McFly style truck. Those things go for almost 6 figures if they're, nicely restored. Jared says, what funky colors or colors would you like to see in the Tundra offered in? Okay, so the color they came out with on the Tacoma and the 4Runner, that Lime Rush? It's like that gold yellow look. I would never want to see that offered on the Tundra, but I feel like that's going to come one day. I don't know. I'm not one of those like really bright look at me color type people. I kind of like the muted colors. Army Green was awesome, so I ended up getting that. But Voodoo Blue I didn't think I would like. That's cool looking. Cavalry Blue, they skipped that year there was no Pro for the Tundra in 2018 when Cavalry Blue was the color. I would like to have seen that on a Pro, but now I'm pretty basic. Inferno was amazing. Solar Octane that's coming is probably as bright as I would ever want to see a Tundra. Maybe School Bus Yellow one day. Maybe that would look good with a Pro setup. Let's see. Can you say Rust Bucket? I can say it. Dan says, no, it's not. It's cheaper, and Japanese use less than other manufacturers. Mike says, thanks, Otto. Soul Boogie says, why a subscription service for the GPS? I guess I'll be using my phone's GPS service. Okay, so good question. There is a subscription service, Toyota Connected Services. It's been around longer than the 2022 Tundra. I have a 2020 and I have connected services. I think that's just the way all the brands are going. Am I a fan of having to pay extra after spending all that money? That's a big negative on that one. But it came with, with the truck, and I opted in and out of certain things. And it had the app, the Toyota app on the phone where I could remote start my truck, but it didn't matter because I used the key to remote start the old school way. But that's just the way it is, and that's the way everything's going. There was, an app on there that's giving me a driver score, telling me if I'm braking too hard and all that. Like, I don't need that. I don't need any of that stuff. And I've had all of the connected services off, and I'm still able to remote start my truck with my key, like I said, which is what I prefer, and nothing else I need. Navigation still works on it. I'm sure it'll be like, it'll work for 3 years, and then we're going to shut it off, and I'll deal with it then. But yeah, not a big fan of the subscription services, especially after paying that kind of money. And I don't know why they did it. I guess because everyone else is. Tam says, not scared so to speak, just wanted to let the kinks get worked out. I like that. Barry says, 2010 Tundra Limited Double Cab 5.7 here. Love it. 180,000 miles and still rocking. Not sure yet on the 2022. Well, I mean, you have a truck that's still brand new, only 180K on it, right? So you got time to think about it. I hope cement is an option again. Yeah, I'm surprised they got rid of that. Iron Saint says, not scared, just wanting all the bugs worked out first. Yep. Cement is a great color, says Mike. Diamond Dave says, I'm not scared of the quality, just scared of the price. I like that one. Pack says, not scared of the quality or kinks, scared of the price. There you go. Agree, price is way too high, says Mike. 6-7 says, would love to see a retro paint decal scheme with the Heritage Toyota Baja off-road racing livery. I think that would look amazing. In that, like, Ivan Stewart kind of setup, with the orange and the yellow stripes and all that. That would look cool. Mark says, excited to get my 2022 Magnetic Gray Metallic Platinum. Going to be a solid truck. Can't wait to see it myself, Mark. Looking forward to that. I just love the V8. Hard to let it go, says Iron Saint. I hear you on that one, too. Yeah, I drive every time I get in my truck, right? Especially when I'm driving home from work in the morning at 6 a.m. There's not many people on the road. I take a lot of back roads, I don't like to go home right away. I could probably get to my house in under 5 minutes, but I like to take away where it's like 15 minutes just to kind of unwind a little bit. But every time I drive my truck, I'm always paying attention to things. And the ride quality of the Pro suspension, and I have a 2020 TRD Pro in case anyone doesn't know, Crew Max. The ride quality of the TRD Pro is amazing. The engine is extremely responsive. And as I drive it, people are always talking about how the 2022, the engine response is insane. The truck feels great. And I'm sitting there and I'm having a great driving experience in my 2020 with my 5.7 liter V8 engine. And I'm like, how could it get any better than this? So that makes me look forward to driving the 2022 even more, just to see what the feels are and to be able to tell you guys. Should be getting a press vehicle soon. The press fleet doesn't even have 2022 Tundras yet up here. We're still waiting. So once they get that, hopefully I will be able to get one immediately. And then we could talk about the differences, similarities, the good, the bad, the ugly. Joseph says, I will be keeping my SR5 TRD off-road double cab for the foreseeable future. We'll be installing Bilstein 5100s to level out the front end. Very nice. Also have the bumper end caps and grille surround wrapped in black. It's the way to do it, buddy. You're getting the high five of the night right there. Wrap that chrome. Wrap that chrome. Mike Olson says, Ivan Stewart, old school. I mean, he was the man. Took Toyota to the promised land in a lot of different events. I would be very thrilled to see that. Have any of you guys out there ever seen, there's like new Silverados. If you go look around, go look online, Google search this. There's like new Silverados, like 2020, 2021, and they have like an old school retro paint job on them with almost, I can't even explain it. I've seen it on, I think it was a GMC, and it was a white truck, and it had like the orange and yellow stripes along the side like they used to in the old days. It looked awesome. It had the whole setup of like a classic Chevy pickup. It looked amazing. Agree, V8 response is amazing. Can't get much better unless you install a supercharger. Been there, done that. Agent says, no chrome tow hooks, LOL. Tam says, y'all have a good evening. Enjoyed the live stream. I hear you, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Go enjoy a nice dinner. Scott says, would like to see the auto start on the Tundra upgraded to where you could schedule it to turn on like the F-150s. Yep, that'd be nice. That would definitely be nice. Let's see. Joshua says, any info on the safety rating on the 2022 second gen did not fare well on front quarter impacts. We're still waiting on the NTSB to do their testing of the 2022 Tundra, but I reckon it will be better. knowing that they had that poor safety rating. I'm sure that's one of the things they tackled. Don't forget, when the safety ratings come out every year, the Tundra was an older style pickup that didn't see a lot of upgrades in a very long time, the 14 to 21. So some of those ratings, they held up, 4 or 5 stars on everything else, just that front side rating was bad. Now with the new generation, I'm guessing everything will be up to par with everything else, so we should see some good numbers. It is a wait-and-see game, though. When they put up their NTSB numbers, I will let you folks know. Bruce says, have you seen the YouTube video of the guy having the truck in the shop with turbo issues? I'm waiting for my SR5 Sport, but now wondering if I should pass. Well, Bruce, the way I look at it is this. We've talked about this for most of this hour, but one more time. You're going to have some bugs in the beginning of a new generation truck. That's one person having an issue. It doesn't mean it's going to be, something that's happening on all trucks. If it is, you're going to get a recall or a service bulletin or stuff like that. I wouldn't let one issue scare you. I'd probably wait a little while and just kind of see how everything goes. But, you got the warranties, and all it would be would probably be a little bit of a headache having to bring it into the shop. But if I had a brand new Tundra, like, this doesn't scare me from purchasing. I'm ready to go. If I had a brand new Tundra and had an issue, it's going right to the shop, and I'm telling them to keep it until it's worked out. And that's just the way it's got to be. So, I don't know. A lot of people are going to wait till 2023 to get their Tundra, hope the bugs get worked out, but it is what it is. Brand new remodel. You're going to have some stuff that go wrong. So hopefully Toyota takes care of it and there's no issues going forward. And I wish all of you happy trails with your 2022 Tundra. I'm sure it'll be fine for most of us. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to hang out with my wife with the overnight shift. I rarely see her. So we're going to watch a little TV, hang out. So I will talk to you guys very soon. Thank you so much for being here. There will be a video tomorrow. Get caught up. Watch some of the dealership walks. Go watch the dealership walks from a year ago. See all the Tundras on. Now go 2 years ago. See all the Tundras that were on the lot back then versus what I see when I walk now, which is like one, if that. But until next time, folks, I hope you have a great night. Thanks for being here. Once again, to end it right, cheers to all the emergency services and military of the United States and Canada. We love you. Thanks for keeping us safe. It is an honor to have all of you on the wall behind me. But until next time,